Hey everyone. Guys, I'm seriously thinking of selling Big Dog. The money, if I could sell it, the money I would get from it would buy my roof. I need a roof bad. When the remnants of Ida came through here, I thought I found the holes. You guys know my roof is bad. I patched holes up in my roof with roofing tar. I thought I found all the holes. And I was at work when it was raining, and I'm saying to myself, you know what, that's got to be leaking in my kitchen. And when I came home, it was. So, yeah, the money from the motorcycle would put a new roof on my house. Now there's only a couple small things here I'd have to do to finish it, and I could sell it, and I could get away from here. I'm going to try to hang on to the motorcycle as long as I can, because maybe later on in my life I'll need the money more. But when I was getting ready to make the video, there's a lot of stuff I wanted to talk to you guys about. I would love to talk to you guys about my life story, but I'm not going to bore you guys with that crap. Yeah, we're having a tough time to make ends meet, and I got a full-time job. So I can imagine what people are going through that have been laid off or their job was eliminated because of the coronavirus crap. I was fired a long time ago. I was fired, I think about 20 years, about 20 years ago, maybe 20 years and a couple months. Because I used to be a home remodeler. Then when 9/11 hit, my business stopped. So I had to do something to help out because my parents were all dead then. So I started working in a personal care home, an old folks home. For you guys don't know what personal care homes are. I first started working there as a housekeeper. I was making I think it was $7.65 an hour in 2001. Then they fired the maintenance man, and they hired me as maintenance man because they knew I had a construction background. And they instantly gave me a raise up to $10 an hour, and back then $10 an hour was good money. So that position went to my head. I instantly started maxing out. I maxed out, I think, 3 credit cards because I figured, well, I got a good job now. I could pay the balance off. So they were going through housekeepers left and right. So one day this guy comes, applies for the housekeeping job. They hire him. Hear what I didn't know. My administrator was a female, okay? What I didn't know was that was her old boyfriend from high school she hired. Okay? So he's pinching her butt, here and there. And she was married, but she still had a thing for him, and I didn't know that. So to make a long story short, they fired me and hire him and put him as a maintenance man. So now I'm unemployed. I can't pay my credit cards no more. So I had to basically go on the lam. And what I went through then, that's what these people are going through now. Every time you hear a car door outside, you think it's a bill collector or the county sheriff. You know, every single time you hear a car door close, you get up and you look out the window behind the curtains. That's what people are probably doing now. I can relate to that. So, you know, I called an attorney. I asked the attorney, you know, what's my best course of action? He said, don't go bankrupt. If you have the stomach to not answer the door when a bill collector comes, or when they call, or when they send you letters, they leave shit in your mailbox, don't go bankrupt. Or you can go bankrupt and write it all off. And this will be on your credit history for the next 7 years, which had actually hung on to my credit for 10 years. When they tell you 7 years, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's actually 10 years. So anyway, I went bankrupt. You know, you go to the court. There's the court representative in there, the official. You got to tell him why you want to go bankrupt. You've got to tell him, you know, why you max these credit cards out here, because you're a sucker, you're stupid, you can't control yourself. You know, and he okays it, which he okayed it. But I think I had like $45,000 I racked up in bills I couldn't pay. Now I have, you know, it took me about 20 years to get back on my feet. It actually took me 20 years to get good credit again. You know, so you hear all this bullshit on the news about, oh, you know, people, it's going to just take, you know, like a quick turnaround for these people that got laid off or their jobs got eliminated. That's all bullshit. It's going to take these people 20 years, some people more, to get their lives back. It can't be done. The people that are taking it on the shoulders now because of coronavirus, they got to basically buy food and pay their bills with a credit card. That's like burning a candle at both ends. Because basically they're paying on a credit card with that very same credit card. So it's snowballing until the point to where they can't pay no more. And then they got to jack their company off by going on lam, so they get bad credit. And I haven't looked at the bankruptcy filings, but it's probably a lot. And, you know, they're looking at 10 to 20 years to get your life back. And back then, that's when I made my decision that I want to retire out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Okay? That's what I want to do. I'm going to vanish off the face of the earth when I retire. I'm completely disconnecting myself from the human race. So, about the big dog, I saw a seat. I want to sell my Mother Road seat. I'm going to put it on eBay. I'm going to sell it. Because there's a guy in Germany that makes seats. They're actually a lot nicer than Mother Road's. They're a little bit more money too. So if I could sell the Mother Rose seat, I'm going to turn around and buy. I think the guy's name is called Alex Handmade Leathers or something like that. That's the name of his company. But the seats are really slick looking. And they're handmade. They're leather seats. I'm going to see if I get one a little bit wider, maybe a little longer than the Mother Road's one. I am also making a new leather tip for the front fender, because it's like 5 o'clock in the morning right now and I have nothing else to do. So I don't know what I could talk to you guys about, guys. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that are out of work. It's like the Hardees. There's a Hardees down here by me. Me and the old lady wanted to have a sit down, okay, in the Hardees. We figure, well, by now the dining room's got to be open, right? So we go up there, walk up to the door. Dining room's closed, drive-through only. Meanwhile, everything else you can sit down. You can sit down like Subway. We wound up going to Subway. They sit down in Subway. You know what it is was they had to actually lay off a lot of people, or they didn't lay them off. They let them go, and you know, because they can't have people walking around and they're doing nothing. So they only have people that are creating the food, and those same people got to operate the drive-through. So I think there's only like 2, maybe 3 people in that Hardees right now that work there. Everyone else, they let them go. So there's not enough waitresses to man the dining room. Another place we used to love going to was Eaton Park. We haven't been in there since this shit started. You know, so probably a lot of those waitresses lost their job, lost their credit. So, you know, guys, so, you know, don't think for 1 minute that I never went through that. I went through that back when 9/11, see, when 9/11 hit, that was also a pandemic. It wasn't as bad, but it was a pandemic. It just wasn't, what it did to people wasn't televised like this one is. But there's a lot of people that went out of business because of 9/11, and I was one of them. You know, I used to have a pocket full of money. I had like 3 jobs going on at once, and when 9/11 hit, I guess people figure, well, they don't, you know, you don't know what's going to happen, so you hold on to your money. You're not going to spend your money. You don't know if a world war is going to happen or what when that happened. So naturally, people, it's like now, people aren't spending much money now because you don't know what's going to happen still. You know, so people go out of business, businesses stop. You know, meanwhile, out in the road, all you see is SUVs around here. There's literally hundreds of thousands of cars on any given road at any given time around here. Where these people are getting this money to spend on crap, I have no idea. So there's a bike night over at that Harley Davidson place I went to, and naturally it's going to be like a Harley Davidson thing, you know, and it's at night too. It's on one of my days off. I don't know if I'm going to go to that or not. See, my whole problem, guys, is I'm not sociable. I don't know how to socialize. You know, especially when it's a small event like that. Now, Glory Days, I wish I could go there earlier. You know, unfortunately, I'm having time work against me. Even with Glory Days, I'm going to go there when it's almost over. I'll wind up getting out there like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So that gives me, what, 2.5 hours before the thing closes down. You know, now if I was able to go there earlier, I could walk around, smoke a cigar, take my good old time, take snappies, a lot of shit. So that's on my vacation too, and I still can't go there early because the concert is the same day. So what are you going to do? What comes first? Going out with your wife or going to a motorcycle event by yourself? You know, I was looking at an Indian chief. Part of me wants to trade the big dog for the Indian chief. It's a 20, I think it's the one I was looking at, I think it's a 2017 Indian Chief. It's red with the fringe saddlebags. It has, I think it has leather covers on the footrests. There's leather covers on the crash bars. It has the fringe coming off the clutch levers and hand grips. And it's $16,000. I could easily trade the big dog in for that. But I would probably have payments, which I can't afford payments on another vehicle right now. You know, it would literally crush me because we pay high property tax here. I just started paying on my property tax. Thank God you're allowed to pay it in quarters. I sent 1 quarter and I got 3 more quarters. Now, if I was to buy the Indian, if I was to trade this in for that, I'd probably have, my payments would be like $250 a month, and that would kill me. That would absolutely kill me. So it's just, and plus, guys, the Indian Chief's a real nice bike, but it's not like this. It's not like the big dog. This literally, people literally take pictures of this from the sidewalks. They've already done that. People literally take their phone out and they take snappies of me on this bike out of the middle of nowhere. An Indian, they won't do that. People say, oh, that's a nice bike, but they don't know, when they're behind you, they don't know if it's a Harley Davidson or what. They don't know. They don't know if it's a Yamaha, Harley Davidson, or what. So, okay. I'm still highly depressed, trying to get over it. And hope everyone's doing okay. Because I don't wish no shit on nobody. I really don't. Stay safe, guys.